So it will be interesting to see what this potentially does. To my bike in terms of throttle response, because I have no idea what that settings as such are. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. I've had some mail come in, taken off the awesome bar grips which the previous owner had on the bike. These ones, if you're interested in them, hit me up. They're yours if you pay postage. So pretty much taking those grips off, just a lot of force and working them off. The throttle grip is obviously going to be the hardest one. The other one's quite easy because it's just a fixed bar. So the grips that I've got, came with a new throttle tube and Cafe Racing brown style. It's got bar ends. I'm not sure because I'm going to hopefully have my mirrors bar end. They're on their way. I'm not sure if I'm going to bar end them or mount them more on the bar. This bar at the moment will change, but again, for roadworthy, I will just be putting some of these components on so it gets across the line, and then I'm going to take them off, reconfigure things, possibly change out this bar. I've hunted high and low for a new brake line. Not happening. For some reason I couldn't get a similar one. I need to find out the length and whatnot, like whether or not, say, one from the VFR may be long enough to reach. But for this model I cannot actually find one for sale that's new. Calling even the shops locally, they've all said they've got wrecked ones that, you know, we can have a dig around. So I'm going to actually try and clean up this one and see if I can restore it if there's not too much damage. Like I said, there's grotty up top, grotty down bottom, maybe with some solvents inside the tube and some compressed air I can blast it through and possibly recondition might be the best term. My hesitancies are deterioration of the internal rubber with using chemicals, so I may just use air, compressed air, and see if I can blast it through and clear out any gunk, and then for more lubricant just use some more .4 outside sort of thing, so there's no painted surfaces, and sort of like get that to be the liquid form to purge it. The other thing that's arrived, and I will go through the install on, so I'll do the throttle body, the throttle grip as well, but the thing that arrived also is the sight glass. So we're getting a little bit busy here on the desk with Beatz parts. It's all happening. But as you can see, this one was pretty much gross. It's discoloured. There's no way at a glance you're going to see if your fluid, your brake line is good condition, or even there is enough in there. What's come is an O-ring and the sight glass. It looks like we've got this part as part of it. That's why I wanted to wait until it arrived. So what I need to do is create a way to support this. And then I'm just going to try and tap it back through from this end. Now again, this has probably been in there for a very long time, possibly the whole life of the bike. So it looks like she's moving. Out. So like I said, I didn't want to do too much on that until the new one arrived because I didn't want to hit the wrong thing. I apologise if the audio is getting bad because we got some rain. However, I wanted to record this for you guys and keep the content coming. I do apologise, there was a period of time I've had a newborn in the house, so getting time to record things and stuff was delayed, so I went on shut down for a while, and then as you do with a newborn, I decided I'd take on more things with the project build and what have you. So that's just cleaned out. It's already pretty clean as it was. Like with everything on this bike, it's well let me just get my Dremel. Okay, so I correct myself, there is not a channel. The channel was essentially the old cyclass. It's important to be careful with your pressure. I've been told get a socket that's the same size, so you're putting the pressure around it. I'll use my rubber mallet. Surface. And that's even all the way around. And obviously when filling it up, make sure she has sealed. Some people do talk about putting clear, fine coating of clear RCV silicone. I don't actually think that's going to help. If anything, that's going to make it harder in the future if you're trying to then do another repair. So I personally am just going to stick with that as my fix. The O-ring looks like it's doing a bit of compression there, which is sealing. So that's that job done. The handlebars. So we need to take a Phillips head screwdriver. If you've never done one of these before, 2 screws, and that'll open up this. There may be some footage I did capture already on this. I apologise for lighting if it's poor. Again, night time here. I do have a daytime job which leaves me my evenings to do this. Also when the kids go to sleep. So bear with me. Like I said, there is more lighting, better lighting coming for the garage here. So it should hopefully help these videos. So the other day I ran a whole heap of lube. There's lube, Motul, worth the investment. Ran a heap of that down the line because of all the corrosion that I've seen everywhere else. There's a good chance there's corrosion here inside of these. They're not seized yet. The choke had seized. I will be doing the clutch lever and the clutch line as well, just to make it move more freely. I'm not sure yet if I will be doing much clutch work. I may or may not put more redo the plates in there to try until I really get this thing functioning, to see how it rides to whether it needs it or not is probably more the point. So obviously with these you got to take the line, pull the slack, which is obviously going to pull the throttle body on. Make sure your fuel tap's off if you've got one, otherwise you're just essentially going to have fuel pass through. Joys of our bikes. So one of these is obviously your push and one of them is your pull. So it's to make it so obviously you've got even push and pull. If you only had it one way, essentially what's going to happen is if that cable ever snaps, then you're left with a throttle that won't close or a throttle that won't open, which I would rather not open than not close. At this point it probably actually is easier doing them down the bottom than it is up top, because I've already had them off down the bottom, and that will then give you back your ability, the tension I guess might be the word I'm looking for. So with this, pulling that on, it's always harder when you've got a camera in your way. I'm not going to be able to show you guys unfortunately on that one. Try and do it from the side instead. See if I can zoom in and give you guys something off that. As mentioned, I'm planning to just do these as things roll in. So if you don't already subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button, follow the journey. Like I say, there'll be plenty happening on this build. I'm not going to necessarily do a fast forward because I myself, hunting online, looking for bits and pieces of how people have done certain things. I'd rather what I'm going to deliver to you guys, and that is where you get the option to fast forward and see what particular things I've done that you want to replicate on your bike or build. When I just do a fast forward and slow it down for the bits that I possibly like most, and then it'll be what you actually want to see. A lot of these same theories apply on sort of any bike. If it's got a carburetor, generally speaking, bigger bikes are obviously going to have more than a single carby. So, to give you a look, because I've taken all that slack off, I can essentially now get that off, and I'm going to just do it one at a time so that I don't end up messing up my which one's which in the end. You can only get it one way in order for it to sit in the housing. So it will be interesting to see what this potentially does. To my bike in terms of throttle response, because I have no idea what the settings as such are on this particular throttle grip. And because I'm predominantly road bikes, I've seen, for instance, a lot of mods that guys with R3s do is they put an R6 throttle grip on, and that changes their responsiveness. I actually think no. So in this instance, I can't even use that throttle grip, so we'll have to use the same old one, which isn't a big issue. I think. Essentially it's just in between the it depends what they've done with this grip out of shop. Whether it's been glued on. If you have hard grips to get off, you can always use compressed air. That is like the big old trick of achieving it. If I can measure off quickly. Because I don't want to cut. I want to cut a bit of that, so it's at the end of the tube, probably a bit too far, and that's what I've got coming up. So I got probably 10-15 mil, and I want to cut off the end, which is why it's always important to measure. And yes, this is pretty solid to hold. Throttle tube. There we go. So probably going to end up taking off about that to start with and go from there. Remeasure and then recut. So that's probably pretty neat. You obviously don't want it too much, otherwise every time you end up having the rubbing on the housing. You want a small rough lip. So like I said, just taking an extra couple of mil doesn't hurt. What I'm playing with up here now is actually the head of wrap for this stop. Start switch. One of the guides has come off. So in this particular one there's a longer and a shorter screw. Be mindful of which one goes out of where. Snug them. I wouldn't go as far as tightening them just yet, because what you're going to want to make sure of is your handlebar positioning. Because once it's on, it's on. So back them off, work out where you want your switch to be. You can even wait, drop these ones down here and then go back and tighten up top. I'm not going to stress too much on that one at this point because my brake and stuff is still work in progress. Essentially it's just reversal, removal. You might find you want your throttle as much off up top and then down the bottom. Keep the throttle on. Ever simple. It also doesn't help that I don't have a lot of light down here myself. So even if I could show you guys, I'm not really seeing much, because I'm not really seeing much. Alright, both are in now. Pull, push, just got to sit them back on the channel. So as it goes around here, there's actually a channel for them to sit in. And then just mount that back up. As previously stated, generally undoing force isn't a bad thing. If you got to force it in, do it up, then you got an issue. So again, now because we're not grating this, I'm just snugging these enough to check everything works. Alright, so this is sitting too close to the housing on the grip, and that's how, so it's essentially holding the throttle open because the rubber is sitting too close there. So this is just where a little bit of elbow grease. And also that channel because of the fact the other one that's where it is. It's on the actual throttle tube. There's a bit of grease. The throttle tube itself. So that can all be done from this point. Obviously, unfortunately, I'm going to take the grip off, so I wouldn't bother touching the to get all of that all off again. It's not worth it. That squeak will be gone. This is the hardest grip to do. If you've got your throttle under it, the grip, throttle tube. Like I said, for now, that's plenty. Once this bar end comes with the mirror and I choose to mount them here, I may have to move all of that further in, but for now that's ample. With the heated grips that I did on my VFR, they did give me glue. Do you need glue? Probably not. I used a very little and mainly just did a couple of streaks because the electrical, I didn't want to have it so the electricals ever got twisted around. However, with most you should just be able to work it on. It's not going to be a walk in the park, but it's also not going to be the worst in the world. You can probably lube it up if you really wanted to. You can use the air the other way, using compressed air and sort of blow the pocket between the two. That's another option. See if I've got enough air in the tent still. Yeah. Look at that. I'll do this one. These ones.
Been on a run, my third eye open. Been trying to kill emotion, yeah. Life in the slums. My third eye open. Big vibes. Look, I'm about my pledge. I'm decked up on blue bills, and I won't stop until the cash pit look like fall leaves in a backfield. Tell her out of my face if she coming with that bull. Quick to say my piece, I'm so after school special. She brainy, but them jeans looking like paint. I gotta bless her. Let's talk a whole lot, knowing damn well they really can't press us. I notated on leaflet. I'm really up a few levels with it, like way up the way from them. Can't see me, you can't meddle with us. E&J in my Earl Grey hood bunched up with the cheese eggs and a dumb face, no stunner shade still turned up. Then had it pop in broad day, that's Avi.
That's now
from the sun rays, I run fade, my Providence, they don't love us.
Justin, probably move it back a bit whilst it's still got that on my advantage. But both sides now sitting
mud pit. We don't take post for granted.
Same point. And then essentially all that I would do with said lever is what I was saying before on the other side. Back these off just a bit and snug them across. Do it up. Now this switch, as stated, waiting on that to come in the mail, waiting for these, they should arrive very soon. Then, where are we at? That I think should pretty much get her roadworthy. All the parts and products used in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions or questions about the bike or the build, chuck it in the comments. And while you're there, punch the subscribe button. Make sure that the bell notification is there so you can join me on the journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.